So good morning, everybody. Welcome to this final day of the IEC Online this year. Yeah, it is my great pleasure to be tech host this time and to introduce Stina Deurell, my good old friend, who's going to lead us into the embrace of the day, the morning embrace. And Stina is the founder of the Wider Embraces project and practice. And she's been focusing on that. That's been her main focus since 2012. She's also been leading the Malmo Integral for many years and has been part of the Swedish environmental movement since the 1970s. She also holds a third-degree black belt in Aikido, is a Zen meditation practitioner and a Reiki master. So, over to you, Stina.
Thank you, Hannah, dear friend. Yes, so you are letting people in now?
I'm letting people in.
Changing roles. Thank
That's
you.
right.
Yes, so welcome everyone. How many of you were in the presentation on Thursday evening? Could you raise your hand virtually or? Okay, a few. And I know Victoria also has joined before sessions. So great. Some of you know a little bit of how this may go. So I will guide you. And it is really a common experience. It's something we enter into a common space, a collective space. And I will invite you now and then to speak. And then you raise your hand and Hannah will.
Sorry. Sorry. Sorry about that. I muted everybody.
It's Hannah's first session as a tech person. Okay, so I will invite you to speak. You raise your hand. Hannah says your name and unmute you. So this is about our collective. We are already right now forming the embrace of the group. It's already there. New people are entering and the group is getting bigger. We are always inside the embrace of our own families or organizations. They're always there. We can just become aware of them, and that's what we're going to do today, or what we do every time we do this practice. And we're always living inside the embrace of humanity, biosphere, planet Earth, galaxy, universe. So the process will be that we start with these widest embraces and just sense into them. I feel how it is to be a part. Then we work with the embrace of me. There is an embrace of me. So we become aware of that and take it as our first person perspective. So we change a little bit. And then we move into the embrace of the group. And then we go out into the widest ones again. We see. It's a process and things will emerge while we go. And one thing that is really important when you speak, it's not from your head, it's not your ideas, it's not the analyze, it is what do I experience right now in a few words. That adds to our collective experience. If you start to talk about your ideas, you will drag everyone out of the experience. So just how do you feel? What do you experience right now? That is what we want to share, because that really adds to the process. Anything that wants to be asked or shared before we start? Good. So we turn off our videos, because the videos make us self-aware, sitting there and thinking, of, how do I look? We don't want that. We just want to be together in the space, in the virtual space. So sit comfortable. And we start with a deep breath. Relaxing our shoulders and all the small muscles in my face. Feeling gravity holding me and planet Earth together. Just being. And I become aware that I'm a physical body. I consist of particles, forming atoms, forming molecules, forming all these structures that are my body. But from this perspective, I am pure matter. And the atoms that are me today have been around on this planet since it formed. They've been everywhere. Inside me is the whole history and geography of planet Earth. And the particles that are me today have been around since the birth of the universe. They were here when the stars formed. They've been in and out of exploding stars, forming heavier and heavier atoms. They were here when the solar system formed. Inside me is the whole history of the universe. And I'm sitting still on my chair. Oh, I'm rotating with the planet, circling the sun, turning with the galaxy, and expanding with the universe. I'm an integrated part. And I become aware of the embrace of the universe. The embrace that is holding me and everything created. And I rest in this embrace. I belong here unconditionally. In this embrace, there is nothing to do or think or feel. It's just pure being. You can just sense your body, how it feels to be here. Held, belonging, unconditionally. So, out of the physical, the biological emerges. I'm a living, breathing being. I consist of cells, forming organs, forming all those complex systems that are me. I am life. And I'm the result of a 3.8 billion year long, unbroken chain of life, stretching all the way back, the first cell on planet Earth. And it ascends into this long, long chain of ancestors. Everyone surviving. And I can look out over the whole planet, recognize my whole family tree living and breathing right now. I'm connected, related to all life on Earth. And we are forming one huge global ecosystem. And I become aware of the embrace of the biosphere, Embrace holding me and all life on earth. And I rest in this embrace. I belong here unconditionally. In this embrace, I feel the life force moving through me. And as a guide, I invite anyone to tell how it is to be in this embrace, how your body feels. Just raise your hand.
In this embrace, I feel very warm and safe and connected.
Mm. So, out of the biological, the cultural emerges. I'm a node in the human culture, born into it. Everything we have gathered, developed through hundreds of thousands of years. First, very slowly, fire, dancing, talking, cooperating. And then we spread out all over the planet, from Africa, developing different cultures with very many common features, developing new tools, new ways of communicating, science, arts. And we love to share and develop. That is what this conference is about. For the first time in human history, we're forming a global culture. We start to connect globally. We still have a lot of local variations. And that's good. We're also forming a layer of global interconnectedness. And I've become aware of the embrace of the human culture. Embrace holding me, all humans, everything we have created. And I rest in this embrace. I belong here unconditionally. As Stina in this embrace, I sense a more tingling, energetic feeling. And as a guide, I invite everyone who likes to share how it is, how it feels to be here as part of the human culture. Just raise your hand. Have the reaction figure in the bottom.
I also feel this tingling. And it's interesting because it feels like it's going out everywhere. As if the air around me would be changing. There would be particles around me that I normally wouldn't notice. But now I do, and I feel that these particles are communicating somehow, like I guess like a musical instrument, that I raise certain sounds, then people who raise similar sounds, they will pick up on it, and it forms this sort of network, and I'm quite aware of that right now. It's very beautiful that we are shared vibration, so to speak, and I can like physically feel it. It's really interesting.
Thank you. Yeah, I can sense the embrace as musical vibration. So I let go of these widest embraces, and I become aware of the embrace of me, the embrace of this single human being. The embrace holding the physical, biological, cultural, emotional, mental me. And I lean out into this embrace. And become it. I am the embrace of me. I am all my parts as one. And as the embrace of me, I lean inwards, holding and aligning all my parts. Letting everything that is me slide into its optimal place. Heal and align. And I become aware that we are 25 people here in this virtual room. And that there is an embrace holding us, the embrace of the group. And even if we are spread out on the planet, can't see each other, we don't know each other, we are a group right now, here together. You can just sense the embrace of the group, the embrace holding us. And I rest in this embrace. I belong here unconditionally. Just sensing how it is to rest in this embrace. It's me and the embrace of everyone. At the same time, it's intimate and unpersonal. Just being part. And I invite all voices to speak how it is to be a part of this embrace. Just raise your hand and Hanna will unmute you. Mm. As Stina in this embrace, it's not really easy to find the right word. It's both as a lightness and a density. So, being a part, I sensing being a part of the embrace.
There's one hand raised now, Stina. Keith wants to speak.
Hi, thank you.
I feel very relieved and liberated and grateful for this embrace.
Mm.
Thank the universe for giving me this sense of belonging.
Yes. Yeah. I love this. I think we really all need much more of this sense of belonging. Living in postmodern individual context. So now we will change perspective. And I lean out into this embrace of the group and become it. I am the embrace of the group. I hold all my parts unconditionally as one. And sensing how it is to be the embrace of the group.
As the embrace of the group, I am vibrating very softly, strongly. Well, it's both strong and soft, powerful. A soft hum.
So I let go the perspective as the embrace of the group. Coming back to being a person inside the embrace of the group. Aware of all of us. And I become aware of the embrace of planet Earth. Embrace holding the physical, biological, cultural, all layers of this planet. And I rest in this embrace. I belong here unconditionally. Just being a part of planet Earth. If there is a voice who would like to express itself, you're welcome. Can just sense, or I sense a stina in this embrace. How deeply I belong here. I'm really at home here. How could I not?
Yeah, my face muscles relax. You're deeply relaxed.
Mm. And how easy it is to forget that I do belong. So we change perspective. So I lean out into this embrace, out into the embrace of planet Earth, and become it. I am the embrace of planet Earth. I am all parts as one. And as the embrace of planet Earth, I become aware of the embrace of the solar system that I'm part of, and the embrace of the galaxy that I'm part of. And as the embrace of planet Earth, I become permeable to my wider embraces, open to influence and alignment. And there's no need to make sense of this. Just being open.
As planet Earth, I feel the fire in my belly, and I'm breathing the atmosphere. Atmosphere is my breath, and I feel all the beings that are me. And I feel the influence of the galaxy, like this heavenly music.
Mm. So, as the embrace of planet Earth, I change direction from the openness outwards. I hold and align all my parts, turning inwards. Letting everything that is me slide into its optimal place. Heal and align. And I change perspective. I let go of the embrace of planet Earth. Become this single human being. Aware of the embrace of planet Earth all around me. Being me inside the embrace of planet Earth. And as I inhale, I sense how the embrace of planet Earth is unfolding through me, as me. And when I exhale, I sense how I am unfolding the embrace of planet Earth around and around. And I become aware how this is true for all parts of all embraces. We are all in the middle, unfolding around and around. And I take a deep breath, stretch a bit. Come back to more normal. And when you feel ready, you can turn on your camera. Welcome back to this virtual space. Yeah. I know this was a bit of an advanced practice, and maybe you didn't get all of it, but I hope you got some sense of what was going on. It takes a bit of practice to navigate all this, but it's everyone who gives it a bit of a try finds it. And we have some minutes left, so I invite everyone that wants to share something to do so. If you are in a speaking place, you can write in the comments if that's easier.
You can now unmute yourself if you want.
Yeah, I wonder how much more areas are there to go.
Embraces, you mean? I mean, everything with some kind of borders is an embrace. I mean, you can do this with your family, your organization, your country, everything. And it's a really, you see new things, perspectives that you can't see as a part. When you look at your family, it's me and then it's the others. And when you change perspective and actually are the family, you see new things, and things starts also to change. Thank you. Any other comments, questions? Keith, you okay? Was okay.
Yes, Stina, I allowed people coming late to join. You probably noticed.
Yeah.
And I felt for this particular instance, it's okay for people to just get a brief taste, even if you don't get the full experience, starting from the beginning, doing the widest embraces. So I'll encourage all of those who came in late, but liked it. I encourage them to visit Stina's website and take part in a full embrace to get much more benefit.
Yeah, and we're doing this every weekday morning, and then we're more focusing on ourselves and the day that comes. But we are always sensing out to the planet. For me, that's crucial. This time on this planet, if we don't start to understand that we are part of this planet, and we belong here, and align ourselves with it, it's I think that's totally what we need to do. Yes, and I have a Swedish accent, like Victoria is writing in the chat.
Just can't help loving it.
Sorry?
I just can't help loving it. Even though yours is very mild, because your English is too good for it. But it still comes over in the vibration. It's just beautiful. Love it.
Thank you.
Let's do it, definitely.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, please reach out if you or join us. I think it's both a lovely personal work and for our wider embrace. Yay.
Yeah, thank you, Stina. It's my great pleasure and privilege to host this session. And I always love these embraces, long or short. It's nice giving a taste, and also sometimes we do deeper dives for 3 hours, or we've even done a whole day, and then you can go much deeper. And when it's a smaller group, then it's possible for everybody to voice what they're feeling or what they're experiencing, and that then helps the whole group. That's a very special thing to me. That's very unique to wider embraces. It's a group meditation where the guide leads or guides, but everybody contributes, and every time somebody says something, then that changes the experience of the whole group, and that's really very wonderful.
Yeah, it's really a collective work, and I understand that it's your first time and it's not easy to speak, but as Hannah said, it's really adding to the experience. Especially in a smaller group, it's really a collective thing.
Yeah, so thank you, Stina. We're coming to the end of the session now, and I would like to start the poll so that you give us feedback how you like the session. It helps both Stina and especially it helps IEC to get this feedback, to know which sessions landed well with you and which ones not so much. Yeah, and then the next thing is the morning socializer. If you feel like exchanging, that's another room, so I will close this room in a minute. And then you can look at the program, what comes next at 9 o'clock. I won't clutter you with that now. Yeah, and then, so I will, can I unmute? Yeah, so you can all maybe unmute yourselves if you want to give voice maybe at this end, if you like, if you feel like it.
Thank you, Stina and Hanna, very much.
Yeah, thank you.
I was one of those coming in late, but I pretty much felt to be at the right place, belonging there. And so it was an
Lovely.
experience. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Very much, Tina and Anna. It was a deep dive. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, so thank you and hope to see you all again in some context or other. Yeah, maybe I share one more time the link, because Stina has done some special offerings for IEC in the coming weeks. So see you again and see you in some other sessions. Bye. Thank you.
Bye.